Alrighty. What we got here? Couple of Degens. Let's see if that was seamless. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. How's the stream quality, by the way? Is it okay? It looks kind of terrible on my end. No dropped frames. I mean, everything looks fine. Okay. All right, fellas, you guys know the drill. We'll give it a few minutes here. We'll take a peep at Bitcoin because we have not really looked at Bitcoin in a while. And then we'll go through my major shitcoin holdings. We'll go look at OXO. We'll look at the Pepe combo. We'll look at Whisper, Unsheath, which is looking really good right now. And then some of the weaker ones, we'll look at those too. And we'll try to be here not too long today. Thoughts on Jay? Maybe. No, you just tuned in. I just started. I haven't talked about anything yet. So we'll be talking about Pepe for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, give me 1 second. And what is it? 317, 320. We'll get started on BTC. Get through that pretty quickly, and then we'll get to shitcoins. All right. Messy dumps, carbon round trips. Ooh, we got an Aper. Wait, didn't this guy just sell? No, I guess not. We got an accumulator here. Cool. Yes, yes. Did Carbon dump his bags? I don't know about that. Not a clue, to be honest. It don't matter to me. Especially at this point, I mean, like if you're dumping your bag in here and here, all right, kind of cringe. But at this point, I mean, it's been a pretty great run. You know, yeah, we'll probably go a lot higher, but I don't really care what people do at this point. Yeah, and I was just looking at that earlier. Look at the 1 minute for it. Someone dumps 800K. And then we just V-bottom immediately. I don't know if this is the actual bottom or not. But, I'm not really concerned, you know. We just keep printing the Pepe. Simple as that. Accumulate dips. For now, we got some meme trend lines going on. But, I mean, realistically, any dips down to, like, half a cent. Or not half a cent. 5 cents, 6 cents. Probably a good dip to DCA in. Because so many people are asking me, like, hey, I missed out on PP, I missed out on Pepe, you know, what do I do? Is it too late to get in? I mean, I'm holding my entire bag. So it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, it's too late when I haven't even sold any. You know, I'm just reaping the Pepe rewards. It's $5 million market cap. And in my opinion, like, PP helps Pepe more than any other project. So I think it makes sense if PP is about 10% of Pepe's market cap. This, to me, is fair market value. You know, 5-10%. And right now, $288 million market cap. So if we're just 5% of Pepe's market cap, we should be 14 million. If we're 10%, we should be almost 30 million. We're nowhere near either of those. All right, 20 cents right now would be almost fair market value if we're looking at 5% of Pepe's market cap. 40 cents to 50 cents if we're looking at 10%. And I think 10's fair. And I think Pepe, you know, we might be toast for a little bit, right? I mean, this was a really sick run to new highs. So I would not be surprised, especially after a candle like this. You know, we might just kind of, well, look at that. The predictions come true. We might just, you know, mess around on both sides of these wicks. But eventually, I think this is going to go so much higher, multiple billions. So, you know, you get, I mean, even just talking a billion, right? 5 to 10% of that market cap would be 50 to 100 million. So, no, I don't think it's too late to be in PP at all. And, I mean, it's already shown a nice 50% dip. Yeah, maybe you'll get 60 to 70%. But, you know, what is that from here? Like 40%. So, go in half. Go in half. Nice median DCA. And then you let your Pepe rewards pay off over time. But we're going to get to that, all right? We got to get through the basics. Okay? So let's look at BTC again. I'll say things on Twitter like, oh, I don't care what BTC does. BTC doesn't matter. But in reality, it does matter, okay? Because we had nothing going on, right? Nothing going on. Disgusting bear market. Bitcoin closes above the 8 EMA on the monthly. All of a sudden, shitcoins fly, right? It's risk on. You know, everyone's willing to throw their money around. Nobody's throwing their money around if Bitcoin looks like hot garbage. Okay, it's just, you know, that's probably the nature of the market, right? People are willing to throw off cash right now at whatever they see. All of a sudden, Bitcoin crumbles. High caps, mid caps crumble. People freak out. Well, shit, I just made bank the last couple months on low caps. I don't want that to go away too, so I'll sell some of those off. Everyone starts to sell off low caps crumble. You know, it's just going to be this, like, chain reaction. Okay, so I know nobody really cares about Bitcoin. Nobody really wants to look at it, but you have to pay attention. Okay, I mean, it keeps up the whole market. It allows us to do crazy shit with all these low caps. Okay, so we want this to stay good. And for now, it still looks good. As long as we're trending really above like 20K, I think this looks pretty good. You know, if you're leverage trading, no, it probably doesn't look that great. You know, it's probably messing you up. But for those of us who just want a decent market structure, I mean, you know, here's the most simple way to look at it, right? This was your downtrend. Here's your new uptrend. You know, people are worrying it's just a dead cap bounce. We're going to go lower. I don't know. That takes a lot of mental energy. I'm not worrying about that, right? If it goes lower than like 20K, I mean, things might be a little bit toast. But it's all just, you know, the middle part of the cycle, right? Bear market, accumulation, bull market. We are in here. You know, maybe we're in here, maybe we're in here, maybe we're in here. We're somewhere in there. Okay? And the Bitcoin halving is in here. Over here, April 2024. Majority of the bull market should be after that. Okay? So we're just in the in-between stage where you don't want to whiff the bag. You don't want to whiff all your capital. Most important thing is still capital preservation. Because you think the plays are crazy now. I mean, here's something to consider. If we're in, you know, whether you want to call it bear market or whether you want to just call it the, you know, accumulation stage between bear and bull, and we're getting shitcoins flying like they are now, what are they going to do in a bull market? You know, I was just talking to somebody in the DMs right now, and he was asking, you know, why do I think that this bull market will be crazier than the last? And to me, it's always, you know, like the way I've looked at it is, let's see, what's Bitcoin's market cap right now? 500 billion. Okay, so we should not expect any coin except maybe Ethereum to go above 500 billion right now, right? Nothing is going to surpass the market cap of Bitcoin. As far as I'm concerned, nothing is going to surpass that. Okay, so if Bitcoin is $1 billion, you know, years and years ago, you're not going to have Shiba Inu at $40 billion. You're just not. It's not going to happen, right? As far as I'm concerned, you know, this is my theory, okay? It's not law. It's just my thesis. But if Bitcoin goes to, I don't know, $1 trillion like it did last cycle, all right, we can get Shiba Inu at 40 billion. We can get Doge at 70 billion. We can get Cardano at 100 billion. But Cardano does not go to 100 billion if Bitcoin is at 100 billion, right? Cardano goes to 100 billion when Bitcoin's at a trillion or whatever. Well, what happens this cycle? We go to 2 trillion, 3 trillion. All of a sudden, you know, I could see Ethereum at $1 trillion market cap. Well, I could see Doge at, you know, $200 billion market cap, right? Oh, I could see this shitcoin you bought at $1 million market cap at $5 billion. You know, that's the mindset. As the floor rises for BTC, the floor rises for everything else. You know, like, I mean, look at how many projects, and I predicted this in 2017, 2018. You know, I said top 100 will not even be $1 billion in the 2022 cycle, and it wasn't. I mean, now, you know, of course, we've weeded out some garbage. Everything's kind of gotten wrecked. But still, top 50 are all $1 billion plus. That was not the case in the 2018 bear market, you know, but 2022 bear market, all of a sudden, we still have, look how many projects there are, still for half of $1 billion or over $1 billion. I mean, are any of these things even relevant? Radix? EOS? Like GRT? Algo? I mean, these things have no activity. Nothing's happening here, right? Why are they still there? Well, why not? You know, Bitcoin's half of $1 trillion. Why can't these things be a little piece of that? So, what's up, Plaza? How different was it from 2023? Well, I didn't even read your comment, but exactly like this, right? Most of this stuff, well, one, most of this stuff did not exist. So most of the things you see in the top 100 now weren't even there. But I would say that the opportunity right now is much higher because you have the ease of creating tokens on a DEX, right? You mint it, you launch it, it's happening. Versus the only things really happening in 2019, I mean, you had Chainlink. You know, Chainlink had a good year during the Echo bubble, but, and honestly, you know, as Bitcoin ripped in 2019, a lot of shitcoins did well, you know, 5x, maybe 10x, stuff like that. But like, what did Pepe do? Right? I mean, Pepe went, you know, let's assume you didn't buy the bottom. Let's assume you bought in here. You're still up 20, 30x. Like, you didn't really get that shit outside of some shit coins on Huobi. Like, let's see if Seal still exists. Let's see if I can get any real price history. Not really. Seal was one that pumped really good on Huobi back in the day. I might be able to get it on. But that was all you could do. You go to Huobi and you try and buy some really low market cap stuff. Here we go. And 2019, you know, that went on a killer. Oh, it's just a Pepe pump, you know? Like, it was crazy back then. A 20x in that year was bonkers. But now, I mean, you got shitcoins left and right going 20x. I mean, I've personally landed 2 100x plays in the last couple months. And I'm not buying everything. I mean, I've missed dozens of 100x plays that could have been had. That was not the case in 2019. So the opportunity now is higher than ever. And the easeability to get into these coins. I mean, not everyone could trade on Huobi back then. Everyone can buy on Uniswap. You know, it's like, this is way better. And also, I wouldn't personally compare this year with 2019. I mean, it kind of lines up, but it's just not the same. Like, you know, people did the same thing, right? They tried to compare this with this, and then they got wrecked by this because it was different. Well, you try and compare this to this, you're probably going to get wrecked by something because it's probably going to be different. So, we'll compare it for the memes and for fun, but I don't really expect this to play out just like 2019, 2020 did. But the opportunity, it's showing us that when the bull market hits, the opportunity is going to be massive. You know, this many opportunities in a stage of the market where it's mainly PvP, right? There's not that many new entrants. There's not a lot of new money flowing in for the most part. I mean, there is, but not like there was, back in 2021. So for us to be looking this good across many different assets at this stage is a very good sign. Now, if you're in, DeFi, old school stuff, like for the most part, is not looking good. Most of this stuff is trash. Like you're either in Uniswap shitcoins, or you're in Ethereum and you're in BTC and you're being patient and you're waiting, right? Like if you're not taking advantage of these Uniswap shitcoins pumping, there's not really much for you to do. I mean, you can be long Bitcoin, but you want to trade this? Like it looks horrendous, right? Like the swings both way are just crazy. So, I would definitely be taking advantage, even if it's on really small size. Take advantage of the DEX opportunities, get used to them, because when the bull hits, that's where the big money is going to be at. Like, sure, you can try and, hit a banger on leverage, but, in my opinion, you're just asking for pain there, right? Like, most little guys have not made it on leverage, but there's plenty of little guys, personally, I know plenty, that have made it flipping shitcoins. Right, so I'm not saying risk the whole bag. I'm not saying all in your net worth, but participate. For sure, participate, Like it's, oh gosh, it's storming. You're going to be glad you did later on. And you want to be familiar with this, because this is going to be the move when the bull market really hits. And, even if you hit a, 2x, a 3x, a 5x, a 10x, or whatever, and you leave a small piece of that, half of them probably going to go to zero or rug, probably. But the half that doesn't, think like OXO vibe. Ooh, nice candle. Think OXO vibes, Like big picture, I'm looking at, honestly, bull market top, like 2025, either winter or spring, summer 2025, something like that. I mean, think about this. Let's go to the weekly. I mean, we've not even had an oh my gosh, it's actually all green for OXO. I didn't even realize that. I thought we had one red week recently. That's crazy. But let's say we were to let's say you're up from, I don't know, let's say you got in like a penny in here, right? And, you're being smart. Maybe you're late to the party a little bit, but you're participating in these DEX, shitcoins or whatever. You take some profits at 3 cents, you take some profits at 5 cents, and then you take off majority of your size at 10 cents. But you leave like a 10, 20% moon bag. And we nuke. All right, we nuke. And then we recover new highs, months later or whatever. And we go to 50 cents, and then we nuke, and then we nuke, and then we nuke. And then we go higher, right? And all of a sudden, it's the end of the bull market. You trailed out your piece with higher lows. It's $4 or $5. We nuke. Maybe we make new highs one more, and then we nuke for good. You trail out at $1. You exited most of your position at 3, 5, 10 cents, and your last piece that you didn't even think about, you come back at the end of the bull market, and you're up 100x on it, right? Like, now let's say you did that with, I don't know, 10 or 20 different coins throughout 2023. Let's say half of them rugged. Well, the other 10, maybe one's up 5x, one's up 10, one's up 50, one's up 100, one's up 1,000. You start selling off those moon bags later on in the cycle. You're going to be really glad you participated in 2023, even though Bitcoin looked kind of mid. Right? I was talking about it earlier, Plaza, but bull run for me is after the Bitcoin halving. I mean, it's the simplest narrative for crypto. Supply rate for BTC cut in half. I mean, it's just that simple. It's worked every time up until now. I don't see why it won't work again. Will it, I don't think we're going to get I think we're going to get diminishing returns for sure. First big cycle, right? Like, we don't have let's get all the information here. First big cycle, I mean, it went up from a penny, a bajillion X, right? Next cycle, it went up from 170, 120X. Next cycle, it went up from 3,000, 20X. this cycle, we will likely see diminishing returns again. That's my bet, at least. Maybe 100K. And even 200K would be half of what we did last time. So let's assume somewhere between 100K. I think we make new highs, at least, 80K. Will we go much higher than that? I don't know. Probably we'll go higher than that. But every time, the crazy run comes after the Bitcoin halving. Right? Look, this is what you want to capture. And this is when shitcoins will go the craziest. We are at this stage of the market cycle. Like, the crazy stuff's over here. And if you whiff the bag and you don't accumulate something during this, you're gonna be asking me what people are asking me about PP right now. Yo, I feel late to the party. How do I get an entry? Is it okay to still enter? Well, that's gonna be everything in 2024. You're gonna feel late to the party because you didn't buy 2023. Even if you hold 75% cash, the other 25% you want to work. Put some in ETH, put some in BTC, and then get ready for the shitcoins, right? Match Fang. I'm not a traditional guy. I don't know what the hell Fang is. Is that even a ticker you can look up? Someone red pill me. Is that like a gold thing or some shit? But anyways, let's go through this quickly. I've kind of wasted time here not talking about BTC, but it's important we talk about this stuff. Oh yeah, like the the majors of tech, basically, I suppose. Yeah. All right, so real quick, monthly looks really good for BTC. Momentum is a big sign for us, right? And momentum is rising, but not trending above zero. Majority of the bull market is going to be trending above zero on your momentum indicator on the monthly. We are still in, just like I pointed out, right? We're still in these early stages of the market cycle. Really early. Well, you couldn't see it back here, but momentum's negative, momentum's negative, momentum's negative. Super, super early. The cycle looks good. Still plenty of room to rise. Still plenty of time until having to have a little cycle down into the year or something. Okay, both of those very reasonable. We're trending above the 8 EMA on the monthly for BTC. Very good sign. We really want to stick with that. The 8 EMA is at 25K. Plenty of room to dip. Oh my gosh, we're actually going to get a monthly close today, aren't we? Or is it tomorrow? It's today. Hype. This is a decent monthly close. Not great, not terrible. We're still just retesting the underside of this support from 2021. So I'm 50-50 here. A rejection from here makes sense. Ripping through like we did in 2019 also makes sense. I think both of those are very reasonable. So as long as we stay above like 25K with maybe wicks down to like 20K, I think we look okay. On the weekly, we finally cleared our bearish EMA structure. Again, very similar to the last times we've done this. So that looks really good. Same level is important on the weekly that we got to get through, right? As soon as we get through this, everything's flying. Everything is flying when we get through that. Microsoft outperforms Bitcoin. I mean, you will probably get stocks this cycle. I mean, almost certainly that outperform Bitcoin. Like previously, a stock had to 20x or 100x to outperform Bitcoin. Well, this time a stock probably has to go like 3 or 5x to outperform Bitcoin. Which means all you got to do on shitcoins to outperform Bitcoin is a 3 to 5x, probably. Maybe we go ballistic, we go to 200K or something on Bitcoin, maybe. But even then, that's not even a 10x from here. So if you can 10x your portfolio by the middle of 2025 or something, you're probably outperforming Bitcoin. But anyways, near term, we got to get through like 32K. Otherwise, I could totally see 25K retest. Maybe a wick down to like 20K. Fibonacci-wise, from this whole move up, we'd like to see us hold around 22 to 23. Okay, we don't really want to get higher lows lower than the 61.8. I mean, it's possible you could come, you know, below 20K, but I think it looks really gross if that happens. Left curve J, you can double me now. Sorry, brother, never selling. So, I'm not going to be doing that, but thanks for the heads up. Nothing more to really say on the weekly for BTC. I mean, it looks pretty good. We're just chop solidating, wrecking people on leverage. Not something I have any interest in. Daily looks fine. Pretty clean hold here in front of EMA supports. I mean, we were talking about the bottoms probably in down here. Strictly based off a 9 count from the highs, right? If you guys follow my model, you know 9 is a very important number for me. 8.6 specifically and how it relates to pi, but we can round it up to 9. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles from the high. And the bottom's basically in, right? Right in the middle of the previous range too, which was a good sign. Now the big question is, are we just going to make a lower high? Right? We've been doing higher highs and higher lows all the way. But if we put in a lower high here, you know, there's a decent chance we can get that pullback on the monthly back to 25K. And I think that's very reasonable. You know, I think that'll shake out a lot of people across the entire market, get them super bearish, only for us to consolidate into the summer and then slow grind out of that back up to 30K again. So I think that's plenty reasonable. You know, we could also pull a move like this, consolidate for a bit, slow grind into this, and push up. I'm not willing to go out on a limb here and say which one I think is more likely. I don't really know. I think they both make sense. So this is not the level for me to take a big bet either direction. I'll simply trade low caps until they're not profitable. And outside of that, there's not much for me to do. I mean, if you believe in Bitcoin, you want to hold some spot, great. You know, you really want to hedge, you want to be short with a wide stop, fine. But I just don't think that's very me. You know, it's not really the kind of play I'm interested in. I'd rather just have, you know, I only have maybe 20% of my net worth in crypto. So if I go balls to the walls in shitcoins and we get a mega nuke, I'll just up the ante, send another 10% net worth to crypto from cash, and buy the dip with that. Versus if you're someone who's 100% net worth in crypto right now, I wouldn't want to be playing this like me. You know, I don't have much cash right now. I would not want to be 100% net worth in crypto though, and all in right now. Like I would definitely have a big stable position if I had a lot more of my net worth in. You know, and that all depends on your, you know, your financial situation. If I was, you know, 5 years back, still in college, I'd probably be all in my net worth. Like, why not? You know, I make it big, great. You know, I can trade from home, retire early, whatever. I whiff the bag, I just go to work. You know, that was already the game plan in college anyways. I graduate and go to work. I graduate, lose all my money in crypto. What do? I go to work. You know, it's the same plan. So it definitely depends on where you're at. Your life, if you have a family, if you have a bunch of bills to pay, if you have loans, if you have this and that, no, I wouldn't want to be all in. You know, I would want to be playing a little more responsibly. But even then, you know, if you're heavily invested in net worth in crypto, you can probably still afford to put 5%, 10% of your account aside and flip shitcoins with it. But enough of that, I suppose. There's not really much more to say on BTC. They're just trying to wreck both sides, right? You wrecked longs, you wrecked shorts, you wrecked late longs, you wrecked late shorts wrecked again, over and over. They're just trying to freak people out. And it's also because, like I was saying earlier, it's a PvP market. There's not a ton of new entrants. Everyone's trading against each other. I mean, there's not really much activity at all happening here. I bet the volume is kind of... Look at the volume on Binance. It's dead. It's been dead ever since we hit like 28K the first time. I mean, it's just... Let's go to Coinbase. I'm sure it's probably pretty much the same story. Like, we ain't getting these big candles that much anymore. You know, it's definitely very much a zzz period, right? It reminds me quite a fair bit of like this period of time where we had this huge move up and now we're like almost echo bubbling that move up. Huge move up and now we're just kind of echo bubbling, which, you know, what did that lead to? Pullback, just like I'm talking about 25K. Plenty reasonable. Okay. But I know people want to talk shitcoins, so let's go ahead. If you guys have any questions on Bitcoin, I pray none of you guys are trading this crap on leverage right now, but if you do, I'm willing to address it. Because of over exchanges. I'm not sure what you mean there. But there's definitely a willingness to trade on DEXs more than centralized exchanges now, for sure. Anyways, let's peep OXO. We'll go into OXO for a little bit, then we'll talk Pepe and PP. Gosh, I hate saying PP, dude. I mean, it's like I'm a 13-year-old again. Let's talk about PP, guys. It just sounds... doesn't sound right. Anyways, it's been a sick run on OXO. I mean, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green weeklies in a row. No pullbacks. I mean, sure, there's been pullbacks, right? But not on the weekly. I mean, you go look at Bitcoin on the weekly, plenty of pullbacks. You go look at most stuff on the weekly, plenty of pullbacks. Plenty of pullbacks, plenty of pullbacks, plenty of pullbacks, plenty of pullbacks. Nothing. So eventually, guys, there will be a pullback on the weekly. Whether it's from here, whether it's from 10 to 20 cents, it'll come, right? So I would say if you're in from a while back, you know, when I was first shilling it, or even below a penny, I would probably have your initial out either here or next time we push new highs, you know, 5 to 10 cents. Recoup the initial, you'll be glad you did, and then let the rest ride. You know, see where we're going to go when we finally make weekly pullback, right? But 5 cents is your first takeout, yeah, I think that makes sense. You know, it's $30 million market cap right now. Like, where would that even put it? Top 500? I wonder if it'll tell us. I don't know if it has. No, it's not calculating market cap, so you have to manually check. Not even top 500. This thing is still tiny, right? You know, it's easy to think like, just because it launched at, you know, the bottom, it didn't launch at 100 million like some of these, you know, VC coins. It launched at 0. So it's up a lot. A lot of people don't want to ape stuff that's up a lot. I get that. But is it overvalued? I don't think it's overvalued. Right? I mean, every time we go up, we get a nice little pullback when we hold a higher low. I mean, this is clearly the trend. Higher highs and higher lows. Simple as that. So I think we're going to run a lot harder. I mean, I'm still holding probably 80% of my original size. Right? 80% of what I bought here and in here. DEX before 10 cents? I don't think we need that. But people are definitely eager to see what the DEX is really going to give. Now, here's a spicy take for you guys. Here's a spicy take. The DEX launches. A lot of people are going to be expecting day one, week one, tens of millions of dollars in volume. Possible? Yeah, definitely possible. Is it likely? Is it likely the DEX launches and immediately gets massive traction? I would be surprised. I'm expecting the DEX to launch, because think about it, this whole move up is DEX hype. How does that usually go in crypto? So do you really want the DEX to launch soon? Or do you want to ride that as the catalyst before the DEX launches and we nuke? Because people expect the DEX to launch. Yo, you guys see the DEX launch? Like, it should go up 10x now, right? Like, I think we nuke when the DEX launches, personally. And then the real fun begins, right? Because then you start to pick up traction. People stop trying to play the DEX as like a swing trade instead of as an income play. Buy on the rumor, sell on the news. Exactly. I think it'll be the exact same. I hope not. But at the same time, I'm kind of okay with it. Like if we, we nuke out all the guys that are just in it to sell into the DEX, then you're just left with real diamond hands who are holding it for the revenue share. Now, I'll sell some on the way up, for sure. I don't want to be holding as much as I'm holding. It's just not good for distribution. But a lot of my size, probably 50% or more, I want to hold for the revenue share. Because the APY in Ethereum is going to be insane. Even if we just get like $5 million a day, which is not much at all. I mean, the revenue share is really good. So, maybe a month in, 2 months in, we're getting 10 million a day. Maybe 6 months in, we're getting 20. A year in, if we launch the DEX next month, is 1 month after the Bitcoin halving. And in my opinion, we'll still be 1 year before the bull run ends. A year from now, we could be at $100 million a day in volume for OXO. If it's successful. And the APY then would be unreal. And the best part is, by that point, nobody's holding for a DEX catalyst. They're holding for revenue share. They're holding because they believe that the Ethereum they're going to earn is worth more than selling their coins. That is when the real money is going to be made. Don't want to be waiting on DEX for 2 years. Absolutely. I mean, me either. And I've gotten word, on the down low, that the devs should be giving us a heads up soon. I don't think they're going to say May 15th DEX is live. And I don't want something like that. Because then May 15th comes, the devs realize, guys, we don't want to launch this yet. The UI is not where we want it to be, right? The smart contract's not where we want it to be, whatever. It just leads to disappointment. We don't want to wait years, obviously, but you definitely do not want to get a set date that does not come to fruition, because that makes people pissed, and it makes them not believe. I'd rather them say, it's ready when it's ready. Here's how development's going. Here's what we're working on. Here's what we want to be better before it's live. That I'm cool with. I don't want him to say, May 15th, it's going to be live, and then it's not, because it's not going to be perfect. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, but it needs to be really good when it is live. That's what you really care about. Okay? But, anyways, there will be definitely a progress update coming out soon from the devs. I don't have any insider info on how it's going or nothing like that. I just know they're going to give an update soon. Yes, dude. UI is so important. Like, if you saw the previews for the privacy DEX in the last couple months, it's something. It's not the prettiest. And we want it to be seamless. You need it to make sense. You don't want to have to go look up an hour tutorial on YouTube for how to use OXO DEX. Open up the exchange. Understand from what you see right when you open the exchange. Oh, this is how I use this. User interface, my guy. Yeah. Damn cats. But yeah, you need it to look good. If it looks like Uniswap, we're set. But it can't look just like Uniswap, probably because, one, it's going to have more features, right? Like, you have to have a way to enable the level of privacy you want, so there'll be some extra clicks. But it needs to be familiar and simple to use. If that means it launches in June, that's fine. Like, if you're impatient, I get it. But you shouldn't be, because, what is the old saying? The best things come to those who wait. Right? Give it time. As they say, let it cook. Okay? Be patient, guys. The worst thing you can do is get impatient. Genuinely. I mean, you'll look back a year or two from now and you'll be banging your head against a wall because you were too eager to make it big like the big guys. I'd like to be at $100 million like my boy Loma. I would love to be there. But you get there when you get there, right? Like, tell you, I was way too eager to get to $1 million in 2019, 2020. And come the real dip buying opportunity, I had nothing. I had jack shit because I'd been too eager leading into it. I had so many positions, and then I whiffed the bag. And you know, like a great example. You guys know Aave. Well, I had a fat bag of Aave before COVID. I had so much Aave, which was lend back then in here, and I puked it. I can go to the exact day I puked it, probably. It was 200 something sats. I think it was this day, right here, at the pico low, basically during COVID. 200 sats. I had a fat ass bag, whiffed it so hard, and then we gigamooned, and I was pissed. All because I probably whiffed it because I was scared, and I saw another play I liked after the COVID dip, and I forgot about it, which is fine. I didn't like ruin my career for it or anything, but you know, we'll never get that again. I mean, a 95% dip, probably not getting that for Aave. But anyways, guys, don't whiff the bag. Don't get impatient. It's coming. You just want it to be good. And right now, I mean, price action still looks very healthy. Right? We get new highs, we get a little dip, we get new highs, get a little dip, new highs, get a little dip, right? This is very, very healthy price action, and that's what you want to see. You know someone that worked with Jay, really? That's pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean, Jay is a buy, stake, and forget kind of play, right? You don't get it expecting it to be a pull an OXO, right? You don't want to be expecting $300 J in the next month. Right? You want to expect $3 J in the next month, right? And a bunch of ETH rewards. Similar to OXO. It's kind of an OXO play, just not with the crazy price action. But I'm not really going to be talking J too much. You know, if you know, you know. Aave was your favorite short, and that's funny. Also, J, ex-Aave dev, is working on it. I believe he's the main dev for it, so that's a nice little hype. But anyways, not much more to say about OXO. It looks really solid. Again, if you're in from when I really was talking about it early on, I would probably have your initial out by now. Just in case something happens, right? It'll be nice to say this is a winning trade. No matter what, it'll be nice to say it's a winning trade. But, you know, if you're just in from recently, I mean, you're holding on for dear life. That's the only real play. But enough about that. Looks cheap to me. Next up, the Pepe printer. Probably my second favorite project right now. Look at that. I mention it and someone pukes. The Pepe printer. We do like the printer, though. I mean, I've probably gotten... Obviously, me and Blockcircle gang, you know, we're in from back here. Initially shield right here. Most everyone that saw it immediately from Blockcircle and bought is probably in from, at the worst, you know, in here somewhere. So we're straight chilling, right? Like my Pepe rewards alone, especially after this big rip, are, gosh, like 6 times my initial. Something like that. Okay, so initial's been taken out. Profit's been secured. At this point, I'm just printing Pepe. Literally, I mean, that is the name, right? No, we definitely don't have that much between us. Definitely not. I mean, I'm not going to go into details how much we each own, but no, we don't have... We probably don't even have half that much between us. But, you know, we got enough. We got enough. And we're working on getting the Pepe guys on board. Like, we want a partnership between Print the Pepe and Pepe. I mean, we support Pepe so hard. Like, let me go double check real quick. Almost 1,300 PP holders. Every PP holder gets Pepe. So we've alone brought 1,300 holders to Pepe. And Pepe dips print the Pepe DCAs by design. So we are constantly supporting them. I imagine we will enter into a partnership so that we can support each other. I mean, most Pepe guys probably don't even know they can earn free Pepe just from holding print the Pepe. I might have to nibble some here. Hold on. I might have to throw some Pepe rewards into PP. Let's see how fast you fuckers can front run me. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're just gonna stack Pepe. It's okay. But I mean, yeah, the narrative is actually so simple. Sometimes it's not that simple, but this time I think it's really just that simple. Right? You're accumulating the next Doge. You're holding the next Sheeb to accumulate the next Doge. Right? The double bluff, huh? You like that guy? But that's the narrative. I mean, it's really that simple. Like, there's not even much that needs to be said about it. And it's very similar to OXO, right? Like, it's just green. We just launched last week. It's one of those plays, don't get too impatient, right? I firmly believe this is going to be a multiple dollar coin in the coming years, you know? So if you've got a good entry, hold on to it, right? You want to take out your initial on the way up, great. You want to take out, secure some gains on the way up, great. Do not whiff the whole bag. Because you might come in next year and realize, damn, I could have been printing, I didn't realize Pepe was going to go 10x from here. You know, I could have been printing $1,000 a day without even realizing it. It's not too late to join the party. No. Where's the Pepe coming from? They buy it. They buy it. It comes from, I believe, taxes, and the protocol is designed to buy Pepe on Pepe dips. So, no, it's not too late. I mean, you know, I wouldn't go into it thinking you're going to nail, you know, 10,000% in a month or something, but, you know, you could definitely bang out a 10x in the next month or two, I think. And the rewards, the Pepe rewards are crazy. The real play is to not sell your PP, and on Pepe rips, you sell your accumulated rewards. Exactly. This guy is saying exactly. I made my initial back through reflections. That is the goal. You don't have to whiff the bag. You de-risk solely from your Pepe reflections. You know, you put 5K in. You're at $1,000 in Pepe now. Pepe goes up 2x. You're at $2,000. By the time it happens, you've accrued another $1,000. So you're at $4,000. Like, boom, there's your initial. And then you don't got to stress about whether it's going to go up or down or this or that. You know, it's just free income. Simple as that. AI Doge Moon. Big ups, Riker. I hope you made some money on that. I'm not personally touching dog coins this time around. We're sticking with frog coins up in here. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Oh my gosh, dude. First candle was $24 million volume. What the hell? How? It's 250K liquidity. How's there $24 million the first day it's out? I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, it's not that much. I mean, that's a pretty good move. That's how you know this cycle is going to be crazy, dude, because it's up over 10x from the lows, and I'm going, it's not that much. No, it's just a, you know. Like, that was all you hoped for in 2019 was a 10x throughout the year. Now we get it in a day, and no, it's not that much, you know? That's the mindset right now. It's crazy. But, yeah, it's not too late, guys, for PP. Not by any means. But just because it's mooned so hard initially, don't enter expecting, you know, and then come in a week or two later and saying, oh, I'm not up 10x, I'm out. Like, that's not the play. That's not the play. But enough about that, I suppose. You know, if you guys have any more questions about it, I'm happy to answer. But, you know, for now, I think we're just going to cool down for a little bit, right? This was an insane move up from 2,000 to 8,000. I bet we're going to go sideways for a bit now. You know, maybe we'll run back this play from before. Right? Something like that. Or maybe like that. Okay? So this is how it goes, right? You're accumulating your Pepe rewards. You're accumulating Pepe rewards. You sell. You buy the dip on PP. You're accumulating Pepe rewards. Pepe rewards. Boom. You sell. That's the strat. Over and over and over until your initial's out. And then it's free money every week. I don't know if there's a hotkey, but you just go to the long position here, click the arrow, and then you do the bars pattern. Then you just select the area you want to copy. And then you can use the little dots on the sides to, you know, expand it however you want. No, you buy PP. PP gets you Pepe anyways. If you want to buy Pepe, I mean, power to you. But if you hold PP, you're going to have a Pepe position. So I'd rather just hold both. You know, would you rather have just been in Doge last cycle or been in Doge while you're also, or been Shiba Inu while you're accumulating Doge too? So, you know, DCA the dip, and then just enjoy your rewards. And have patience. Have some patience. Okay? But, enough about Pepe coins. My next favorite play, that's tough. I would still have to say Whisper. You know, the price action leaves a bit to be desired because there's not really anything going on in zkSync right now. But there will be. You know, it kind of feels like early day Arbitrum. You know, not many people really focused on it early on. But eventually, you know, this chart's going to look just like early day OXO. You know, are you going to care much about this kind of price action when we're up here? Probably not. So for me, this is a buy and hold. I will hold this all the way to 0. And I will hold it up 100x from here as well. Because, I mean, this is really one of the only good projects on zkSync right now. On top of that, just buying this probably qualifies you for the zkSync airdrop, if it ever happens, which it probably will. So if you want some exposure to zkSync, this is the coin to buy. And you can stake it right now for pretty good APY if you're, you know, if you're about that life. But not much to really say about it. I mean, they're building a suite of DeFi tools. They got some good partnerships coming up. They're going to have prediction markets. It's going to be a good bag. I'm pretty confident in this one. So that's my next favorite. I mean, I'm pretty much completely in from like in here. So I'm not buying anymore. I bought some more in here, but I'm pretty much done now. Now it's just a waiting game. Next best one is probably Unsheath. And you know, this is I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. Like, I really believe that it's going to make new highs big time, especially at a current market cap, 18 million. I'm just a little bit 50-50 on whether we're going to keep making higher lows in here or if we're going to get more of like a complex pullback dip, something like that, you know, and then slow rise. Upside on WISP, gosh, I mean, it's not even $2 million market cap. I mean, a 10x from here is extremely reasonable, right? Like, this is probably not even top 1,000 in coins. So if zkSync gets some serious adoption and traction, I mean, this could be a 50x play from here. You know, if they pull it off, right? They got to pull it off. The team's got to be clever. zkSync actually has to get traction. But, I mean, there's no traction on Aptos. What is Aptos? Like $1 billion or something? I mean, why? It's just VC garbage. So I don't see why Whisper can't go to, you know, 10x to 20 million here or 50x to 100. It'll probably take a good year, maybe more, but, you know, I'm in for the long game on this one. So I got the patience. And then Unsheath, I'm looking for like hopefully a good $100 million market cap. Just depends. We need the whole liquid staking derivative narrative to take off again for that to happen. As you can see, look over here. I mean, there's a lot of sellers, not that many buyers. Right? And yet, price remains pretty steady. How about that? And then the next 3 coins I have, I mean, these are kind of my, like, not so good coins. Like OX Encrypt looks fine. Doesn't look great. You know, we had a good move up off the lows. Again, Blockcircle's in from this range. So we're pretty much sitting break even. A little bit higher. A little lower. You know, not my favorite bag, but it's one I'm committed to for now, so there's not much for me to do. I don't like it enough to buy anymore, but I like it enough to hold it for now. And then there's Dia. Just pathetic. The team is selling their own tokens. You know, they're not rugging per se. You know, it's all public knowledge. How much token the teams had. They had 4% of supply. Each team member got 1%, and those team members are choosing to sell their 1%. You know, it is what it is. It's one of those I'm definitely just holding on to. I like the tools that they're building. I want to use them, so I'm not selling my Dia, but I'm not buying anymore. I mean, this is just pathetic price action. And honestly, the devs are kind of pathetic. They're really good deving, but I mean, they're selling their own tokens into support at 300K market cap. That ain't what you want to see. So I wouldn't be buying this one. You know, if you're in, I think it's fine to hold. I do think it'll make new highs eventually, but it's not my favorite project by any means. And then next up is Revest. This is also kind of like Unsheath. You know, it's a liquid staking derivative narrative. This is one I'm basically holding to 0 to. I mean, the liquidity is thick. You can buy a lot of this at a $3 million market cap. That being said, it's going to take a lot of money for this one to move. But if they ever gain traction, I mean, this one's going to go ballistic. Because the tools they have, where you can get like all your APY up front, I mean, it's really cool. The team just doesn't know how to market, man. Like, they gotta get on that because people don't know about it. If people knew what this protocol was capable of, I mean, this would be 10x from here all day. But there's not really much I care to say about this one, right? I want an entry. I have an entry in here. And if things go as planned, you know, when's Bitcoin having over here? Bull market is over here. I'm expecting us to leave this range and probably not ever come back. Will it take a while? You know, will it take the rest of the year? I don't know, but I got a moon bag. I'm not touching the moon bag. I might add to it, but for now, I don't really see any reason to. You know, 3K volume today. There's no interest. But at the same time, no interest could be a good thing. It's not overhyped yet. I like to buy when nobody's paying attention to it. And right now, nobody's paying attention to it. So, definitely a good time to be quietly accumulating Revest. We just need the team to step up on the marketing side. But anyways, let's see. I think there were a couple questions from Discord. Let me see what we have here. Okay. So, I already answered this in the Discord, but I'll answer it again for stream. Walter White asks, I have a question about TPs. Do you hold for many X's or do you TP in the range from the post? So if you guys are in Blockcircle, you know when I post a new entry, I like to post some rough targets. Now those are not really targets for me. I don't really necessarily trade on a target basis, but you know, it's a rough guideline. If you're clueless, you don't have any idea where to TP, I think those points of TP are fine. In addition to that, you know, a pretty basic way that I TP is, you know, you buy a candle, right? You get 2 to 3 candles in your favor. You take off some profits. It's called the initial surge, right? And that's to ensure if you buy and you only get a one short move up and then you get stopped or you know, it runs to zero or whatever, you don't take a full loss. And then let's say you get some down candles, down candles, down candles, and then you get another move up, you know, 4 candles in your, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in your favor. That's when you take your second wave of profits, right? It's called your secondary surge. Okay. So maybe you take off 30% on your initial surge, 30% on your secondary surge, and then the last piece, you trail out with higher lows, right? Like with OXO, you know, right? Let's say you bought in here, you go to the daily. Okay, you bought in this range, you get 1, 2, 3 candles in your favor, you take some profits. All right, 4, 5, 6 in your favor, you take some more. And the last piece, you're trailing out with these higher lows, and you don't cut it until the higher lows break. Okay, that's a pretty straightforward, simple way to take profits. All right, well, it's been addressed a lot. I wasn't really going to talk about it, but Harambe asks, Jay has high liquidity versus market cap. Will this make it harder than usual to move price rapidly? And the answer is yes. But that's kind of what you want with Jay, okay? Jay is not a play where you're looking to 10x the price. All right, I guess we'll pull it up. I wasn't going to talk about it because it's, you know, Blockcircle latest entry, but everyone's already talking about it, leaking the info, so might as well. Look at the USD pair, I think, is better liquidity. Oh, we're already on it. Okay. Make sure, by the way, guys, if you're getting J, you're buying the right one, okay? Because there's a fake one. Actually, this is the same contract. I don't know why there's 2 JUSDC pools. I'm not sure why, but definitely buy from this one. This one's got the best liquidity. But, so this one's a pretty... Oh, the V3 and V2. Good looks, good looks. Good looks. So this one's a very interesting Ponzi. I mean, this is one of the most clever Ponzis that I've ever seen. So essentially, you can buy J from Uniswap in the USDC pool. There's no tax, right? You're buying the circulating supply. Okay? Or you can mint it through the contract, which will increase the supply, right? If you plug this into a token sniffer or a DEX Annie, you're going to see there's a mint function, which is definitely a risk, but it's how the protocol works. So supply is going to extract. Supply is going to go up and down, right? When you sell into the USDC pool, you're burning supply. When you mint through their contract, you're minting new coins, you know? So you'll notice, you know, when I got in, it was 50K market cap. Now it's 500K. Price is the same. Okay, liquidity is massive. And so what this opens up is a huge arbitrage opportunity. You can mint through the contract for, you know, $3.50, and then you can come into the JUSDC pool and sell for $3.70. And then if the price of the USDC pool goes lower, you can mint it through the contract for a higher price, right? Or for a lower price, whatever. You get the idea. Arbitrage opportunity. And the staking rewards are massive. I think right now, let me go double check real quick. Right now, it's 2,500% APY in Ethereum. And then when you unstake, you get a 700% bonus to your LP, if I'm reading this right. So, and you'll notice we're slow grinding up, right? And that's how the arbitrage is going to work, right? You know, slowly but surely the price will be rising as arbitragers keep hitting it. You know, you arbitrage for a play 350 to 360, price balances out 355. You arbitrage 355, 365, price balances 360. You arbitrage 360 to 370, price balances 365. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And the arbitrage is constantly profitable, so there's no reason not to do it. And LP holders are constantly incentivized to hold the LP because the ETH rewards are crazy. So it's basically this. And when people sell, if people just nuke the market right now, it's going to burn a huge amount of the supply. So your ETH rewards are going to get crazier. So it's basically this big game of chicken, right? Where the person who's in the longest wins the most. So don't buy this expecting to sell this week, this month, or honestly even this year. It's basically an infinite ETH glitch, right? And I've watched it. I mean, it's crazy. Before I bought last night, there was like 70 Ethereum in the contract. And let me go check real quick. There's now 700 Ethereum in the contract. It's nuts. Okay, it's actually crazy. I mean, the liquidity is just batshit. And it's only going to keep rising, which as it keeps rising, it's going to be harder to rip, but it's going to be harder to dip as well. But naturally, it should keep going up due to the arbitrage opportunity. It's literally an infinite Ethereum glitch. It's crazy. Now, you know, is this going to be a big banger? I don't know. I really don't know. My goal is to accrue Ethereum, whether it takes a week, a month, 2 months, whatever, until I can pay off my initial. And then it's a free LP. It's free Ethereum every day. It's crazy. It's honestly one of the craziest plays that I've ever seen. Like, it's nuts. And you can just hold the J too. That was my initial plan, was just to hold the J. But I mean, I think JUSDC is going to be better, right? You'll suffer impermanent loss, but you're going to get some really good ETH fees, and you'll get the LP fees. And then over time, J is just naturally going to go up, both against ETH and probably against USDC due to the arbitrage. I mean, it's literally a free money glitch. So one of my new favorite plays for sure. Wasn't going to talk about it because it's, you know, Blockcircle exclusive, but, you know, whatever. You guys want to talk about it. It's been mentioned here, so, you know, it's not on me. But I think it's going to be pretty crazy, right? You know, come back in a month. I bet you're going to have a lot of Ethereum waiting for you. Right? And this contract, I mean, again, 700 Ethereum right now. In literally in a day. I mean, this was at like 70 yesterday. It was at 150 when I went to bed last night, which was 12 hours ago. So, you know, it gained 550 Ethereum in half a day. I mean, it's crazy. So the fees are, they're just nuts. Yeah, the 500K market cap is accurate. And it's constantly going to be expanding because right now you can go and mint J through their contract. And as long as people are not selling it, when you sell it to JUSDC, it's burning it. If you're minting it and it's not being sold, it's not being sold, the market cap's going to go up. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry about market cap like you would some normal shitcoin. This is not your normal average shitcoin, okay? Don't focus on the market cap. Right? And really don't even focus on the price. Yeah, it's definitely a very unique play. I mean, I staked mine like, let me see, when did I stake it? Let me check real quick. I think like an hour ago. Or like an hour. I staked mine about an hour and a half ago, and I've got 0.1 ETH already. So we do some simple elementary school math. That's 1.6 Ethereum a day right now. 580 Ethereum a year. I mean, it's literally infinite ETH glitch. I mean, I don't have $100 in the project, so you know you're not gonna get 1.5 ETH a day holding $100 of it, but you know, I think I have 20K in J or something like that. And I'm getting almost $3,000 a day. I mean, come on. And it's an ETH, you know, so it's not diluting. It's fucking crazy, dude. That means in 10 days, in theory, in 10 days, the ETH rewards pay off my initial. In 15 days, the ETH rewards cover my initial plus my LP USDC. And then it's free ETH. It's fucking stupid. And like nobody's talking about this yet. I mean, I bought in when, who was it? I think it was Benjamin and Blockcircle hit me up, was like, yo, you gotta check this out. And again, if you guys hit me up with something to check out, like 9 out of 10 times, I will check it out. You know, sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel like it, I don't want to do that one. But most of the times I'll give it a look and see what it's all about. And so, I mean, it's crazy. You know, how is it possible? Exactly. How is that even possible? It's because it's a super well-designed Ponzi. It's freaking crazy. It's actually crazy, dude. The rewards are nuts. So, yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't really got much more to say about it. The rewards are, as Carbon-Based would say, they're giga printing. So the more ETH that you see coming into this address, the better the rewards are going to be. I whiffed the bag a little bit by staking this morning instead of last night. I probably already have like an ETH if I staked last night, but I was kind of middle curving a little bit. I didn't really understand it. Oh yeah, Carbon-Based makes a good point. You definitely want to mint from the contract. That's another way I kind of whiffed the bag. I bought up to like $4 because I didn't mint. I didn't even think, of course, I'm just gonna get arbitraged. Why would I buy from USDC? So if you mint it and then LP, you're straight chilling. And APY right now is like 2,500%, and the LP staking APR is 700%. I mean, it's fucking puke worthy. It's just actually crazy. But I didn't even see that Messi and Carbon-Based were in this until after I bought. So, feels good, man. Love to see the homies in the bags I'm in. And come on, JPEGers. What a great name. What a great name, dude. JPoggers? Any poggers in the chat? So, yeah, it's pretty nuts. Let's look at the ETH pair. Can we see the ETH pair on here? I know it's on their website. No, we can't. Let's see if I can get their website going. Yeah, look at the price in ETH. It's literally up only. That is the design of it. So your LP and your J are constantly going to be worth more ETH the longer this goes on. That's the game, right? And it's pretty ridiculous. And meanwhile, you know, your LP will go up. You're going to suffer a little bit of impermanent loss, of course. As it goes up, you're going to convert some J to USDC. It goes down, vice versa. But you're constantly going to have Ethereum to harvest. The more activity, the better. It's a very giga-brain Ponzi. I didn't understand it at first last night, but my boy Ryan was explaining it to me, and I was reading over the document, and You know, it just makes sense. Let me see if I can pull up the document so you guys can read it. The document's posted in chat, but you know, if you guys want, you can pause the stream and read it here, read how it works. I mean, it's pretty giga brain. But if I had read this better, I would have definitely just minted. I would not have bought from the USDC pool. So do with that what you will. Won't be talking about it too much from here on out. You know, it's just a farming play. And a farming play where you're not farming your own tokens, just like OXO, just like Print the Pepe, right? There's not going to be any dilution. And because of the design of the arbitrage, I mean, in theory, the USDC price should also just be up only. Slowly, not as fast as the ETH pairing, but you know, as it goes up against ETH, it's going to go up against USDC too. Slowly, but surely. And this is crazy. The amount of opportunities, in the market right now are just unbelievable. Like, I just get so hyped thinking about where some of this stuff is going to be in a year. I mean, it's a time to be involved. It's the time to be involved, people. My goodness. Yeah, exactly, it's a dummies guide. Ah, this guy gets it. Best thing is price goes up when people sell. How about that? How about that? How do you mint it? There you go. Yeah, it's in the app. Where is it? Where's the mint? I saw it yesterday. Where is it? Oh, I think it's just this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you buy with Ethereum here, it mints it. Or you can buy and sell it on Uniswap, but as Carbon-Base pointed out, most of the time you're just going to want to mint it through here. Or else you're just going to get arbitraged. And not just arbitraged, but motherfucking Jared from Subway is watching this one like a hawk, so the MEV bots are going to rip you to pieces. Really? Is it going up again? Oh, never mind. I misread. But yeah, the APY is crazy. The LP staking APR is also crazy. I mean, it's a really big brain play. Oh, there they are. There's the apes in full force. Love to see it. Get out of the trash. So it really is just going to come down to who can hold the longest. You guys think you can hold longer than me? Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, baby. It'll be the greatest game of chicken ever be played. Yeah, we like to slurp some PP. Maybe I should have bought the lows. Already up 50% since stream. Let's go. No, I mean, not really. I don't think this is people from stream aping. I don't think so. I hope not. I don't really want people just doing what I say. I mean, do what I say if you think it's the right move. Don't do what I say just because I say it, because, you know, it's going to end up like this sometimes. Reverse chicken, game of egg. Yeah, I like that. We got to spread that on Twitter, dude. Exactly. That's the key. That's the key. If you're the last holder, everyone but you sells, this is yours. You want this free $1 million? Don't sell. And this $1 million came out of thin air in the last day. Yeah, peeps, trust me, dude, because I got a good track record. And I make an effort to not dump on people. Like I'll do it. I'm gonna dump, obviously. I'm gonna sell, guys. Heads up, you know, I'm gonna sell. But, you know, 95% of these influencers on Twitter, they're not going to respect your bags as much as I will. You know, I still respect mine the most, but I've held so many shits to zero solely not to dump on the homies. The homies that would dump on me probably, you know? Nobody's doing that. Oh yeah, I know it's a compliment, but you know, we got to put the disclaimer on me. You guys trust me 100%, you're going to run those bags to the ground when I do too. But you know what we do, guys? We charge it to the game, baby. We charge it to the game. Alright, Alright. Man, green tea, I told you to buy OXO like 5 times in this range and you didn't do it. I'd dump on you, bruv. Get out of here. I didn't even sell my initial until at 30x. You could be up 68x right now, but you playing games, boy. Yeah, I don't think you can just like PP's got a really cool way to do it. All you have to do to claim your Pepe is buy or sell $1 worth, you know, of PP. Or you can just transfer it to a new wallet and it auto claims. It's really nice. Versus JPEGers, you go to stake, you know, you connect your wallet, and then there'll be a button to harvest right next to it. It's very easy. Let's see how much ETH is coming to this. Oh, another 10 Ethereum since I pulled up the link 8 minutes ago. Oh, it's so cool, dude. I love crypto, man. You get to see new shit every single day. All right, let me see if there's... I think there's maybe one more question. Oh, yeah. Fushly was just asking how you get the same EMAs chart you have on stream. If you guys join Blockcircle in our Discord, we have the code for the bands here that has all the EMAs and these moving averages, and then our stochastic and our T3 CCI. But, you know, it's nothing crazy, right? You can go get a slow stochastic from the indicators. You can get the T3 CCI from indicators, and you can add all these EMAs manually. But we've put all the EMAs into one, so you don't need a super expensive plan to be able to use it, you know. Quality of life thing. Save you a few bucks if you don't want to pay for trading through membership or whatever. My goodness. Oh, this is going to be the best game of chicken, egg, whatever that I've ever seen. And we're not going to talk about it on stream, right? Blockcircle private trade here. But we got another banger meme coin in there that we're chilling up multiple X's overnight. An anime coin. And I got a good feeling about this one, fellas. We're better eat good on this one. But, yeah, I did say at the start I was going to try and keep this short. We're at about an hour and 20 minutes so far. So if you guys don't have any questions, anything you want me to address, I think I'll wrap it up here. I haven't eaten in like 20 hours, so I'm really hungry. But as always, this stream is not a good stream without you guys. If it's just me, there's nothing to do. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Oh, I forgot to do it again. Shout out the man himself, Jesus Christ. We thank Jesus up in here. Without him, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. So thank you, God, for that. All the glory to you. And thank you again to you guys for tuning in. If you're in Blockcircle, I'll try to have a video update out tomorrow, or, you know, maybe in the next few days. Here's the thing, guys. I always say it on stream. I'll have a video out this week, but sometimes, you know, 2 days pass by, there's nothing to update. You know, there's nothing new that's happened since stream that I don't make one, but, you know, I'll try to get more consistent with that throughout the weeks. Christ is King. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. We'd love to see some fellow Christians up in here. But, yeah, that about wraps it up. So if you guys have any questions, you know, I'm around basically 24/7 in Discord. If you're not in Blockcircle yet, I strongly urge you guys to get in there. I mean, the value is unmatched. You know, you're going to hear about my trades way before Twitter. I'm not posting my entries on Twitter anymore, at least not until they're already up. So, yeah, no, not everyone can afford it. It's understandable. High five, brother. Many thanks. I appreciate you, Don. But we take crypto too, and soon this is going to include full access to our data analytics platform that's coming soon, and it's going to be really good. So you're going to want to be in on that. But regardless, you guys can hit me up on Twitter. I'm still pretty responsive on Twitter, you know, so to each his own. But I'll catch you guys in the next stream. And those guys in Blockcircle, I'll see you there. Peace out. Thank you.